Hashr comes from the verb ha, shin, ra, which implies three things: to intentionally gather people or entities, so it is not random; to gather people or entities who have been separated; and then the third thing, to gather people or entities for a higher purpose, a goal. Therefore, linguistically, it means al-jama', which means the gathering. In Sharia, it means the gathering of all creation on the Day of Judgment for the purpose of accounting, reward for the believers and punishment for the disbelievers. The Day of Judgment is referenced as the Day of Hashr over 35 times in the Quran, and there are various references in the Sunnah itself. Anytime the Day of Judgment is referred to in the Quran with the word Hashr, which is most likely in a verbal form, the purpose is to remind us of the gathering that will happen right after the end trumpet. The end trumpet and Hashr are linked together, like we see in an ayah from Surah Taha, ayah 102. Yawm yunfakhu fis sur, the day when the trumpet will be blown. وَنَحْشُرُ الْمُجْرِمِينَ يَوْمَئِذٍ زُرْقًا, the criminals or the disbelievers will be gathered on that day while they will be in a state of fear. What about the believers? يَوْمَ نَحْشُرُ الْمُتَّقِينَ إِلَى الرَّحْمَنِ وَفْدًا. In Surah Maryam, ayah number 85, it's talking about the gathering of the muttaqeen. Before we talk about the gathering itself, how that's going to be, who are these muttaqeen? The ones who spent every moment of their lives protecting themselves in this dunya. And today, meaning on the plains of Hashr, the gathering, they are protected from its terrors, and therefore they're called muttaqeen. How are they going to be gathered? They are going to be gathered before Ar-Rahman in groups, like ayah 85, Surah Maryam, يَوْمَ نَحْشُرُ الْمُتَّقِينَ إِلَى الرَّحْمَنِ wafda. Wafda means in groups, contrary to the state of a disbeliever that the Quran describes as all alone. The matter with the muttaqeen is going to be such that he is going to have his companions around him. He's not going to be by himself. He's going to be in a familial gathering of joy and celebration. Are these specific gatherings of people that we should seek out and be like in this dunya, so we can be gathered with them on the Day of Judgment? Absolutely. The hadith of Sahih Bukhari that talks about the shade of Allah SWT on the Day of Judgment and lists 7 kinds that will be shaded when there will be no shade but His shade. Who are they? A just ruler, someone who's attached to the mosque, a young worshipper, someone who maintains relations only for the sake of Allah SWT, someone who guards their chastity, gives hidden charity, remembers Allah SWT in private while shedding tears. Out of these 7, if we can aim to be like even one of them, inshallah, we can hope to be part of that blessed gathering on the Day of Judgment.